Welcome back to ESL Pro League. We are carrying on with our absolutely jam-packed day of games. Still 4 more matchups to go, and we're still joined by Benjamin.
Yes, we are.
How you doing, man?
My tonsils are holding up.
That's good.
That's the main thing.
That's what you require in esports.
At the minimum,
yeah.
apparently.
Good tonsils.
Yeah. Or you can just get them out.
Yeah. One of the two options.
Yeah. But how much now, though?
Still here in spirit. Our sleepy boy.
So, Big versus Space Soldiers. So we always saw Big just now. They looked pretty good that second map. The first map we would have kind of gone, this is looking a bit shaky. They've got 3 more maps to play. Second one, strong as anything. Now they're against Space Soldiers, though, which I think is a different beast, right? I talked about NIP being a very offline team.
Yeah.
Space Soldiers, on the other hand, very much an online team. So this is a big challenge for them, I feel.
It's true. And Space Soldiers, entirely different kettle of fish, but it just comes down to the sort of players they are as well. Individually, they are going to want to take those firefights. They're really just going to want to sort of overall sand you down till there's nothing left, Ben. Very, very aggressive players. They can show up on the server. They can pop off. And that roster at times, every one of them can really deal damage.
Yeah, and historically looking at the matchup, Big have never beaten Space Soldiers on a map at all. And the last time they played was actually at the start of technically 2018, where they played at the Boston Major at E-League. And that was actually on Cobble. So obviously that matchup can't really happen ever again.
Completely gone now, yeah.
But that matchup had Paz go 26 for 12. So he's been popping off this season from what we've seen from him. He's been a really consistent player for them. Santara is occasionally showing up, same with Kaliax. And then Major and Engine, it was a bit... Sometimes they do okay, sometimes they're not really as impactful as they could be, I suppose, is the main thing. So ideally for them, they do need to have 2 of the 3 of that trio, right? Santara's, Kaliax, and Paz. 2 of the 3 popping off is required, I feel. Yeah.
Let's have a look at the odds and see what Betway is thinking about the game. So, it's actually in favour of Big. To be honest with you, I feel like it's got to be favour to Space Soldiers throughout the overall series. I reckon this could be the 2-0 for Space Soldiers. I think they could walk away with this, honestly.
I wouldn't be surprised to see it, but I feel like Big do take one of these maps, whether it's Dust 2 in a fashion that they control the whole thing, or Inferno that they scrap through. We haven't really seen much of Space Soldiers on Dust 2. We saw them on Tuesday. It wasn't fantastic by any means, but Big on the other hand, we've seen Dust 2 from them a lot, and we know that it's a map they can play. Whereas Inferno, they're very iffy on that map. Like, we can go back to Krakow if we want. That's when Big played that map 3 times in a row, got themselves that guaranteed top 8 finish of the Major. And since then, it's not been one of their favourite maps because they just accepted that people have just beat it away from us. But now they're playing Space Soldiers, who they did beat Astralis on it, and ultimately you've got to be thinking it's a really good map for them.
Yeah, it's true, and that game was incredible as well. A lot of pop-offs, a lot of individual strength, but overall just good teamwork on Inferno. And that game as a benchmark going into it, it's going to be quite a scary one. I don't feel like Big will really have the head-to-head advantage there. I think Space Soldiers are going to have the confidence. For Space Soldiers as well, when we saw them with Snods last time around, they actually looked very effective, and they've got the added momentum now that they've sort of, they've moved away from Space Soldiers. They're looking to get into a position where they have potentially a better sponsor behind them, more freedom and more support for this team, Ben. So mentally, they should be in a very good headspace.
Oh yeah, they're trying to show that their capability of their value as players and as a team is as high as it can be. And look at this fast up mid, though. I mean, Major did hear all of them running up towards the top, and then suddenly it's got very quiet. This could be awkward contact. That's the first person seen. They're not actually risking a rotate off that B site, though. So Gobby has a flash pulled, but then he actually opts to not throw it. So bracket control completely taken. Space Soldiers accept, they'll probably have that for free, we'll give it to them. But I feel like this B site, or A site, sorry, is going to be just completely, overthrown, if I'm honest.
Oh, Major gets detected as his push is going to come through, begins to try and deviate, at least fall back towards the bomb site. It's going to be a very fast hit, an explosion out towards this A site. Ben Engen going to be lit up in a pit as well, but does find a headshot. The adjustment coming through, stays alive for so damn long, but it is now the 2 versus 3 retake into the round.
Yeah, and the issue is there is no kit in play. None of the CTs who died on that site had a kit. The bomb has now been planted. A 2v3 retake, both from Arch. And they're going to be running into a crossfire.
Slowly pushing their way up. Xantares gets first contact, spamming down as he tries to annihilate the first man. Gobby going to get the headshot of Xantares, is forced to peel back, but Ben slumps out the first and looks to try and do the same to the other competitors, but he cannot. And that will be the opening pistol round going in favour of the T side. Big will pick that one up.
Yeah, you would be thinking, if it wasn't Major in the position in Boiler, right? So like he heard all those players coming to the top. If it's Antares, Paz, or Kalex, you'll be thinking they might actually just face that just to get the information.
Yeah.
Instead, he played it so reserved. Like imagine how different that would have been if they'd, Space or Big lost a player like 10 seconds into that round. It would be a completely different situation. They wouldn't have been so hesitant. But at the end of the day, they got that execute off, and it was just a matter of time. We could see it being orchestrated across the map. On the radar, we saw a player wrapping arch, a player through wraps, 3 through quad. And at the end of the day, you've got people with Glocks just running at you. It's very hard to deal with them, especially with them jumping around.
That's the scary factor, right? It's sort of the playoff you have, obviously. USP, more precision. It's kind of like a Kobe, whereas the T-side pistol on the Glock is a yeet.
Yeah. Both basketball players. Kobe Bryant.
And yeet.
Mr.
Yeet Lamau. My favourite basketball player, Ben.
Yes.
28 slam dunks.
In one. Half.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. He also scored 16 goals.
And 3 tries.
Absolutely ridiculous. Well, we're back in. Round 2 here. Big, obviously, winning that pistol round, have a much better buy. They're going to be bringing the SMGs out to play. 1 MP7, a MAC-10, 2 AKs. Actually, 3 AKs there are going to be brought through into this round. So, looking more potentially to just pick this one up solidly rather than going for the additional cash, Ben.
It's quite interesting seeing God B go for the MP7 as well. We've been seeing a lot of MP5, but he's back to the MP7.
He appears to be one of the only players that hasn't actually switched over as well.
Yeah, he always bought the MP7 before the change anyway, though. Which, funnily enough, was when they lowered the cash price of it. So that was another instance of him instantly going, well, if that's cheaper, and they've not changed the stats on it, I'll buy it. Because he has been willing to do that with the AUG and the Krieg as well already. Obviously, the Tech 9 was just a change actually with the stats.
It'll actually be interesting to see as well, because obviously he's been investing more into that AK, hasn't really bought the Krieg much, it was one time on cash, whereas the AUG was a consistent buy. I'd like to see if that's going to be something he actually carries through now into this game as well once I get to the CT side.
Yeah, it was one of the maps I mentioned it's probably not a very good gun on. But I imagine if you're able to be... I wouldn't picture God B to be much of an entry fragger.
No.
But if you were to put your entry fragger with a Krieg, if they're able to use it correctly, that's lethal. That first bullet accuracy is incredible.
Or even, say towards B site here, if you walk in, obviously playing on sort of old coils / coffins, 1 bullet headshot, bap, instant frag there. But obviously the same could be done with an AK. It's just you have a little bit extra range to play with. You can be a little bit more aggressive with a Krieg in some situations.
It's really walking into the tank that had been created at the top of Banana. They should be able to grab the AK, but can they actually pull out is a different question. Have some tempting faces into 3 of them, and he gets all 3.
Pull-out game not on point, man.
Not quite there. Major, he's kind of staying alive, and next to no reason really, just not giving away that $300 kill reward. So that buy round should be coming in from Space Soldiers though. The team that not overly reliant on AWPers. So this buy makes a lot of sense. Because remember, when we watched them against Astralis, it was actually Paz who picked up the AWP. Which is quite unusual, but he was doing really well with it.
It feels like, again, they're another sort of team where it could be passed around a little bit. Obviously, they do prefer going for 5 rifle setups a lot of the time as well. So it's never really needed. It's not something that has to be a major set piece for Space Soldiers.
You can see Kalex, he's lining up for the grenade for the top of Banana as well. He was on top of the first oranges with grenade pulled. Xantara's got the same thing as well. As soon as they hear the noise here, they will throw these grenades. The solid damage on God B, the second one comes through, doesn't really do as much. But if they were, paired up
double
properly,
nade, yeah.
Yeah, that's really good damage. But that's a similar thing. That is something that Astralis would do. I remember Endpoint trying to do it, if you remember that instance.
Yeah.
Where they got walked in on and they just got killed. It was quite tragic, if I'm honest. But that's an instance of it working technically correct. And they're actually opting to fight towards mid here. There's a player under quad and a player on the corner.
Ooh.
They get Molotov'd out, and Major, he gets killed through that smoke on Arch.
Yeah, that is rough.
Really unfortunate.
Utility damage has actually been pretty effective so far for Space Soldiers. I mean, the majority of nades have actually transferred damage across at least. Scott B's taken an absolute pounding from them, Ben, and he's not seen a single target yet.
Yeah, it's very awkward when that happens, and there's no smokes left on that CT defense. Kalex is the only player towards B. He's got 4 players with him. He's got 2 flashes to help deal with it. It's time for him to make an impact.
Ooh, the charge coming through. Tabs are going to get the kill, and Kalex takes him down. And it is 3 on 5 now. Big spam from Xantares, tagging up players through the smoke, but he can't do too much, and Smooya will be able to get the capitalization as well. So it's off to a very, very good start for Big. 3 rounds will now be picked up, and Space Soldiers, they're forced to save here. Engen and Paz need to hold on to that armor and M4 buy. No real hunt coming through from Big, but at least just testing the waters ever so slightly. Tizian going to be the one that's getting aggressive, obviously just the Mac 10 in his hands.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate for Space Loaders, though, considering Major, his death wasn't exactly one that he could have avoided other than by being in a slightly different line of fire, I guess.
He was still just playing the normal angle. He wasn't really running a risk.
Unfortunately, Smoothie did line up that spray. I'm wondering if Tizian, if he's able to get out of apartment, see how the bomb explodes, he might be able to get the drop on him. Paz was trying to cover for End in there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he couldn't quite cover him fully. So Space Loaders not starting off strong in some way, I suppose. Not starting off warm, I guess, is the other way of looking at it. Also,
another thing to remember is the game versus Astralis, their CT side was very weak compared to their T side.
Yeah, both times we've seen them on Inferno, even against FaZe, I think it was as well, they started on T and they looked really good.
So that CT side where things definitely slow down quite a lot for them. And I think that is just off the back of the players as well. I mean, they're the type of players that if you get AKs in their hands, they're warm. And they like that T-side start as well. They like being able to set the pace of the game, set the precedent.
Yeah, there's just a big difference in there, like being able to have the confidence that if you peek this angle and you shoot first and you land the headshot, they will die. Whereas M4, you need at least another 2 shots just to guarantee that the second shot will hit or the third shot will hit. against
2
FaZe,
kills.
Banana, he was just completely controlling the ship, wasn't he? He was just charging up. Paz trying to change that now. They did line up for him. He did a lot of damage as well. But unfortunately, Enga gets taken down on quad. So that ultimately the defense is gone. Smuya, a bit of an awkward spray there towards Major. But this will be another round for Big. Ultimately losing 1 player.
Yeah, 3 players alive on the side of Space Soldiers. Big with 4 men alive and kicking. What are they going to do into this round? Slowly fanning out as the push comes back. A round up to the CT side. Don't really have much of investment. It is just those basic pistols, so anything they can get as a consolation prize would be an additional benefit. Ooh. God B, the slow look up the body, eyeing him up, Ben.
And there's the guaranteed throw the guns away. Major has no chance of getting towards it. The bomb plant would probably kill him if he went any closer anyway.
It looks like he is going to try and go back in there.
Yeah,
look,
he is thinking
he's getting himself for the run up. Here we go.
The gun's too far gone though. I think they dragged it all the way.
Yeah, they moved it the whole way down mid.
Smart play from Big. Obviously, the player's considering that he will probably try and go up those guns.
200 IQ AWP save.
Potentially. So Paz with the AWP. So I did mention that when they did pick up an AWP, it was on Paz. And it wasn't that he was impactful in the sense that he was getting the opening kills, but he was finding impact across the map in other ways, right? It wasn't an opening kill, but if he needed to get kills, he would find them.
Yeah.
Which is a weird way of thinking about an AWPer, and that's a really bad mess because Smooth is just chasing him, but unfortunately, Paz turns around.
Yeah, Paz able to just flick down there.
Very bizarre solo play.
It is quite a bold move. I mean, I don't really know what he was hoping to achieve. I mean, you might get that first pick, but then still a little bit awkward. The trade comes back, and in form of God B as well. He's having a much better start into this one than he did with the previous game. A little bit confused though, Ben. He's flicking around. Yeah.
So Engin gets that first one squad as well. Player coming out of apps 2. Can't get that player, which means the site has been taken, and they're going to have to be thinking about the retake. Major does pick up the AWP though. No smoke available for this retake.
Ooh.
They do spot Tizian towards pit. Next has a smoke as well, so the smoke is a big one. Covers mini pit fully, but he doesn't go close to it.
That's a nice nade as well that came out from Major. A lot of damage done to Tizian as it rolls in. So 2 versus 3. Time's ticking away. They do have 2 kits in play, but they're losing the manpower fight. They're going down. Major might want to just save this.
Saves definitely be a better call. Tizian knows he doesn't need to speak, but he gets him through the... What?
He's going back in as well, Ben. He's 10 HP. All he's got to do is get 1 shot off with this USP and it would beat the game. Oh.
It's too late, though. I don't think he got onto it in time. It'll be so close,
That is ridiculous. If he gets this round off the back of that.
What? That's such a bizarre round to win. See, even he thought, I'll just shoot a ball and run away.
That's the thing. It wasn't even like he wasn't going for the kill. He was just shooting for the sake of it before he retreats.
That's so crazy.
All right.
And he was whiffing to start off that USP spray as well.
That's a major clutch round.
Very bizarre. Really weird. I think Major's one of the weirdest players when it comes to his setup as well. I noticed he has like plus left and plus right
to actually turn. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it's very weird.
I remember some players back in Source that used to do that though, where basically they're playing such a low sense that you'd have plus left bound, So you could actually turn.
It's like mouse acceleration.
Yeah, so you could turn in certain situations. Which is a very interesting setup. I mean...
Yeah, you'd have to be very used to it, wouldn't you, though?
Yeah.
That was another good nade, I think, from Kaliax. 30 damage to Godby, but Tabson... He was tempting. Look at that wide swing. I mean, it didn't do much damage, but it definitely made Tabson think second about trying that again. So because Space Soldiers showed a lot of presence towards top mid, you can see now they're trying to fully clear out both sides. You know, they need to 100% have everything cleared. And from there they can do the execute. But you consider they've only just got bracket control at 55. On the Space Soldiers side, they've still got, what, a smoke left on that A site? Just on Paz, who's no longer really on the site, he's now playing towards CT. That's a really good flash. Smooya holding the angle, but he will smoke it off. This is going to be really, really rough for Engen and Major, because they've got 4 players coming their way. Paz can't really join them for a while. Especially if he loses this duel to Smooya if he takes it. There it is. Need both these players to get all 5.
Setup going to come through. Execution goes down. Godby with the first frag. Takes the head off of Major. Tabson as well, Ben. Looking crisp as ever. And they're just walking over Space Soldiers right now. Kaliax is going to be able to save the AWP at least and back off to save with Xantares on a B site. I mean, the saving grace is at least the cash isn't amazing for Big, so hunting isn't super worth it.
The thing is, you will put yourself through hunting for it. You've got 2 players who definitely can, in Tizian and Godby. And you know there probably will be an AWP in play, because Tizian will be able to tell the AWP is actually gone from library. They have got that. The thing is, when you look at the Space Soldiers defense, if you think on paper, you've got Kaliax and Xantares playing the same site together. And on the other side, you could find possibly Engen and Major. Yeah, there's a certain element of, like, not to say the players are worse than the others, but you've got to be thinking the scare factor is not there on that big site.
That's true. Well, it's the difference in sort of overall caliber of skill as well.
Yeah.
You just know that players like Xantares and that are going to be popping off consistently. Whereas Major, that really isn't his role. He's the brains of the operation.
Yeah, it was quite fortunate when they did play Astralis that Paz was having
one of his
an outrageous game. Because he was basically saving them the whole way. On the T side, he saved them. CT, he then did the same with an AWP. And now we're probably looking at another situation where they need someone to step up, but I don't think it'll happen. None of the players have showed an inkling towards that even.
There's that Skybox nade as well, coming back out again.
Oh, they're returning fire.
Oh, he wanted to.
If he did it, it probably would have killed him.
Yeah, that was a double kill.
Little do they know they did 51 damage with that grenade they threw over. But instead, it's a very interesting off angle from Xantares. I imagine mid is smoked. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Smooya just going to push through it though.
Look how close he is to Xantares.
Oh, Xantares with the timing, Ben. It's all about the face, but Paz with the deagle. So confident in that peak. Gets the first frag. Xantares still holds his position. Can work his way back up into apartments. Gets the uppercut off and snaps the neck of Tizian. And finally, Space Soldiers have an advantage into this round. They've got 2 picks, but Nex will trade it back on Xantares. He's going to be fixing the boiler.
The thing is, with where Engen is, I don't think he doesn't have a clue about this bomb being down. But regardless, if they get the kill on the site, they need to come back.
Wait, if he looks mid here, he'll see it. He hasn't, though. He's just pushed up.
There's no reason to, is the issue.
Yeah.
I imagine Paz is screaming he needs help. But thankfully he gets that kill. He's got a Mach 10 though, which is a bit awkward. Smooya now 1v3. 20 seconds to do it all. It's a big ask. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite get it done. Thing is, Major, I don't think he'll even reach a gun here. Yeah, he keeps his CZ. Like, you could argue that's around that big kind of let happen, I suppose, to some degree. Like, the kill from Paz at mid, you probably can't do anything about that.
Yeah.
The kill from Xantares, that I feel like you might have needed someone to try and be there to trade it instantly through boiler. But ultimately, this is just another opportunity for Big to reset them, right? The CT economy is fragile. Paz AWPing again. I think he's boosted engine on his quad.
The difference is it's done nothing to the confidence of Big as well. You can see Smooya still getting quite aggressive towards mid. He's been trying some very unorthodox faces as well, so if he keeps that up, could be scary. And already he's peeking through, holding towards quad side. Do they know about the boost though, Ben? No.
That seemed so aggressive for like no reason. Like not even checking.
There wasn't even really support there though either. The kills are coming back through in favor of Xantaras over here towards B. Ooh, the adjustment, but Tabson will get the headshot off. They can try and plant this bomb now, as it is going to be quickly hustled and bustled its way up in towards the site by Tizian, but Tabson takes the aggressive peek and Major will kill him.
This is very winnable though. That Nex is so low and that spam.
Oh,
they're both low. But Major will not know how much damage he's done or if he's done any.
Yeah.
Is the awkward bit. Resmoke comes in towards CT. Paz.
Nade could be huge, Ben.
Yeah, the nade could be really big. But instead he's going to flash for Major's push in. Flash comes through. Doesn't get the trade, and Major does really well there.
That was a tasty
Solid
round from Major. Yeah, very, very well played. He's one of the players that can sort of pop off at times. It's quite sort of individual rounds. With a pistol, he can be unreal at times, especially on that CT side. I've seen him in the past having huge rounds in the openers. It's definitely, again, another player that it seems like once he gets confidence, he does start to roll through rounds.
Just think how fortunate, or not fortunate, but like the 3 rounds they've won, right? Major 1v2, that AWP, wall bang, and then gets the 1v1 aside. The second one they win due to, you know, having a lot of pistols and overwhelming them in some way. And that one, Major gets a 3k again.
And he's not the player that should be winning those rounds either.
It's the classic where if an IGL is top of the scoreboard for you, you're probably not going to win the game.
Yeah.
Because that shouldn't be the case. That means somebody else is missing through performance or they're just playing average. And I think it's actually gone from a P90, which is an interesting one.
What's he actually doing with that as well? Just holding towards pit, playing by balcony.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice.
Yeah. I mean, fair play. If they rush him, I guess you could just spray him down with a P90.
There is a player in apps, though, Tizian. Up to his usual antics. He is that player who goes to one side of the map and that's a free kill. The trade does come through.
Oh, it's so messy, though.
Close. Tizian's got to be screaming that he's done a lot of damage to him.
Yeah.
Because it was nearly a team kill as well. The nades did come through from Major. So the smoke, I believe that might be the mini pit one. That's what it was lining up. Although changed it up now. Mini pit smoke landed there. Smoke towards Arch, not here. So Paz gets a free kill. You know, they didn't really have any bracket control, so Paz has no reason to fall back. Does do it now though, as they have the advantage. Oh, this is awkward.
Ooh, on the site, spam coming through. Paz stays alive and gets that kill, Ben. Engen as well going to support as they kill Smooya. And it falls back on Nex in a 1 versus 4. 24 seconds on the clock. There's no chance for him to win this round, really.
He needs to save. Is the awkward bet. No CTs to be found here. He was hoping to get some kind of rotate kill. But, as I said, all the players have already got to the site. 10 seconds left. Get 2,400 for losing this round. And it will just be a save from him. So you think about Tizian started off so strong. He gets the kill. And he does a lot of damage to his engine. But on the other side of things, they took contact at B. Smooya got put to 9 health, which is why they decided to fluctuate straight back to the other site. And ultimately, I think it was quite a rash decision. Because there was still like a minute plus on the clock. There was no need to rush that decision. And a big going for a pistol buy. 3 smokes and a flash port. Alongside Nex, who did save that AK. So one of the smokes already been used by God B. Not too sure to where though. There it is at quad. So quite a deep one, really.
Getting close towards top mid here as well. So they do just spam through the smoke, looking to try for the burst around towards the A site. They do begin to back off. God B going to be the only one really testing the waters.
Yeah, a lot more relaxed from them. They're trying to make sure they use all the utility. I imagine end goal is banana, as you can see the slow migration here. But look at the CTs rotate. You can see they were attempting 2 players towards it, but Major says, no, let me just rotate, I'll flash Calyx if he needs it. 45 seconds. So if Calyx can contact here, I reckon he fights this, because like Major's got the flash ready. He'll get contact, pull back towards the wall. And then as soon as Calyx says so, it'll be time to fight. Flash comes through. Here comes the face.
They're all blind, but he gets dinked, Ben. No opportunity. He'll go down. Godby is very low, and so is Tabson. But Major, unable to even pull back towards the site because he gets tagged. He's so slow from it that he will be slain. Xantares gets the double, keeps on going with the spam as well, but he's left on just 6 HP. However, there's only 2 Ts remaining, and they're fragmented. Smooya miles away. Tizian on the site.
Straight through.
That can be the defuse here.
Yeah, they know Smooya was lurking towards mid as well. Should be the kill for free. There we go. So considering they, I orchestrated that play at Banana, it was clearly what they were going to do, and Calyx just whiffs the spray.
Yeah.
I gave them a chance. But fortunately for them, Xantares held that spray, did a lot of damage.
Without Xantares, that they lose that one.
Yeah, he was so close on the rotate though. Like I mentioned in Speedway, they were kind of thinking, should I stay towards this site just in case? Like, 'cause you're planning to fight it. It's very lucky that you did stay relatively close. So Spatial is regaining momentum in this game, considering they were quite fortunate to even get a footing to start off with.
Okay, so Smooya back on the AWP. We're going to see that aggression to try and gain control of Arch once more.
This is so aggressive.
That's a big spam.
Yeah, it was perfectly lined up if any of them had just slightly moved towards that side. Although I'm not too sure what's happening now though. That was a very awkward battle. And they do get away, they're only off 30 health points with that. Whereas Tabson and godb lose a lot more.
Yeah, they've all been tagged. It's like a nice little chart, Ben, as it gets lower and lower as they go down.
Like a Christmas tree.
Like a reverse Christmas tree.
It's like, remember we had the grenades line up before?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
Well, 5-5 in the rounds. And it has been quite a slow side from either team. Oh, Xantares with the backstab though. The confidence ball down mid. Spots them setting up smoke. Smooya tried to flick around, but it's a free K for Xantares. Just mows them all down, Ben. He's trimming the grass.
That was ridiculously aggressive when you think about it. On his own, he has a smoke still, so he could have done the same thing Calyx did last round. But instead he just opts for, I'm going to push.
And that is the style of CS he calls though. Rather than, smoking it, holding bottom banana, going, I can't, I've cut off the rotate, they can't get back up banana. He'll just go through and just go for those frags. And he's bold. He's definitely a very confident player.
Yeah, he knows his ability when it comes to actually aiming. And he does take advantage of it, to some extent. Question is, will Next be able to save again, though? Because if he peeks across this bridge, Major not actually looking towards it. And Next does get the kill, but I think he will live just about. Xantares doesn't really need to risk it. So I'm wondering when the tack pulls will really come through for Big, because it feels like they might need to start questioning things at some point. I think this bio run coming up now is probably the last one. In fact, there we go. Yeah, so not too surprising considering, what was it, 5-1, I think? So now 6-5 in favour of Space Soldiers. We mentioned the CT side of them has not been great in recent form, but they're currently, building it up and getting to a point where they're going to look really, really happy in the second half.
Yeah, it is going well for them. And for Space Soldiers as well, T-side is where they explode. That's where they really get their confidence going and start to just run away with the game. So as long as they can actually try and build up a bit of an additional buffer here in the first half, I feel like they could easily start to dominate here. As Big, they had a couple of nice early rounds, but it's now started to slow down and Space Soldiers have fallen into favour. Paz is on the AWP as well. The rest of them rocking the rifles. The T-side, Ben, it's just 4 AKs and 1 Galil for Tizian.
And it is a play by looks thing was to have, I was going to say 3 towards B, but England was actually just sat in Speedway, which is quite a interesting one. The Calyx, he'd line up the same grenade. They're going to come straight into it again. Whoa. A second or two later, that's a free hit. I think Xantares is about to do the same thing.
Oh, his work. No.
In between both again.
It's unfortunate. You really need them both just sitting where old car used to be.
Yeah.
As long as they're there, it seems like it does at least like 50 damage.
So they just execute towards B, but then they're trying to re-execute into it as well. So Smoke's coming back in, Flash is coming through, Tabson has the entry kill.
Oh, they're so blind. But they get the kills. Major as well.
Fire.
Sending godb down to the fiery pits of Mordor. The backstab from Major going to come through onto Smooya. It's all on Tizian, completely blind. And Major, with a big play into that one, grabs himself the AK as well. Another hat-trick. 10 kills now for Major.
I can't feel like that call was quite easy to predict, though, from the Space Soldiers side. That's the first time they've ever shown any early aggression towards Banana. If they're not coming in instantly after that, they're probably planning to re-execute as soon as they can. Mage obviously knew that was happening. Came straight there. He was already there by the time they were coming in again. He had his Molotov on the floor. He was spamming through the smoke. Look how fast they come out with second mid here. Paz does hear all that info and does fall back because of it. So a lot of grenades bought by the big players. And look at Xantares though, he's so aggressive. He'll catch Smooya in the back here depending on the timing. Free kill, smoke fall on the floor, that's no mini pit smoke. That's the strat basically messed up completely, so long as they land all the shots that are needed.
Yeah, it's already gone wrong. And they're in such a good position to win this one. Xantares as well, just going to skedaddle out of there. He'll cheese it, Ben, and get back somewhere safe. Oh. Did he take his hand off his mouse?
I guess so.
Oh, look at the body.
It's actually holding on to the wood.
Wow, that is...
Let's have a look at that one. Oh.
That's a 10. My goodness.
Well,
God B is the chiropractor, Ben.
Broke his back and made him humble.
Mm.
You can see a little remnant of it at the end of the round there, so his hand was just...
Yeah, just flailed.
Oh. It's 8-5. Space was guaranteed the round, the half win already. And it was 5-1. Technically, what, 4-0 when Major had that round. If he doesn't get that round, how different would this half have been? Because it kind of threw Big to the side of it, because it was a round that they should never have lost.
Oh, indeed. I mean, it was a round Major never should have won. He did. You know, he didn't even expect he was going to hit that shot.
So flash ready from God B towards top mid. Space Wheels are not even playing brackets though. So that's a lot of utility use, and it's actually a really aggressive strat though. I think they're going to be going straight through that smoke. So you can see the loop around towards Library. Major, he's so confident right now.
Yeah. Oh, Tizian, however, talking about confidence, Ben, is absolutely resplendent with it as he'll slip his way up, gets the headshot, eliminates Paz. It is 3 players that remain now on the side of Big.
It's a really awkward position for Engine. He dropped at such a good time just then.
Oh, the detection.
As well.
Wenger with the spam, kills got B, Molotov onto the site. Tizian forced to try and peel back, supported by Smooya, but what can this dynamic duo get up to? Smooya caught off guard, there was pants around his ankles, switched to his knife, got killed because of it. Enger with the double kill, jump on the bomb, and that will give him a 9th round. It goes 9-5. Big. It looked very, very, very much one-sided for them when this game opened. Now it seems like it's the Space Soldiers show. And if they can keep this up in the second half, God help them.
I just can't believe that their own strat involved a player going through apartments and doing that typical smoke where you bang it off the wall and then smokes on the balcony, right? So you can exit really easily. Yeah. He smoked on the balcony, jumped out towards quad. Enger just stayed on the balcony. He was like, I'll stay here. Nobody's actually come out my way. Yeah. As soon as the smoke's about to fade, he drops into pit. They don't see him still. He's able to stay in pit the whole round without being affected in any way. No grenades thrown towards him. He only had a firefight after the bomb was planted. But this tactical pause, I'm not surprised that Big have taken it. Because frankly, they need it. This is the third pause as well now. Yeah, the game is running away from them, bro. They need to be using these pauses, because right now, it feels like they're going to lose. And you see Major utility damage. Ooh. That's nice, that's nice.
That is good.
That is nice.
S-tier level numbers.
Do love to see that. I'm surprised Cali-X is only on like 80. So it's literally like the 2 grenades, I guess, that he has landed.
That they've been throwing each time, yeah.
Like the 2 of, what, 8, I guess, if we have to say the rough average when he's had one.
Paz is taking the AWP and M4 with him.
Is he?
Yeah, look, he's carrying them both to Arch. Oh! See, look,
oh, yeah, Paz is, yeah.
He's literally taking both the guns.
Wow. So they whip out a double up because it's last round and a half anyway. He switches back to the rifle. Love to see that. Yeah. They're coming straight through the fire, and Tabson, he'll burn before actually gets shot. Look how aggressive that is, though. You would never see Major peak like that, normally. No.
He's not the sort of player that has to, and right now he's just like, I'll do it.
And earlier on, I was kind of saying that that A site is weak when you compare it on paper. Engadin and Major both got like 15 kills right now. Like, Tizian needs to get a 1v5 to get this. You've got to assume this is 10-5. And there it is. So, consider it was 4-1. They've used 3 pauses as well. They know that they've run out of ideas. Because Xantares kind of blew a hole in their playbook whenever they tried to do something towards mid. Whenever they went towards B, Major was already there. They seem to just be running into more players wherever they go. Yeah. It's a very unfortunate second half of the half, I suppose, for Big, right? Nice little reflection cam.
Yeah, the water there for Big to reflect on what has happened in this game so far, Ben. Only 5 rounds achieved and pretty much non-stop domination from Space Soldiers because Major is having a field day. A tremendous game coming through from him, leading by example, and the squad has awoken. They're now going to move on to that T side as well, which I think is fair to say where Space Soldiers are at their best.
Definitely. You could see as they got better weapons in that half as well. When they had AKs, you could see even more confidence. They were ready to take battles. They knew, if I peek this first bullet, I win it. It's a scary sight though. Big need to get the pistol. They got the first one, so ideally they get the second one. But if they do, I'd be still worried though, because Space Soldiers, especially with the new economic changes, you'll still have AKs third round. That's perfectly fine for Space Soldiers.
Comes down to the pistol round here, really. At this point, it's more consistent. You expect to see a team to get 2 rounds rather than the 3 that we would previously see. Space Soldiers, if they have a big opening pistol, they could really start to run away with this game, especially if you get the bomb plant down as well. The sheer amount of cash you now get for that T side, you can really start to run rampant with it. For Big, they just need a confidence boost. They need to really just get a clear head on their shoulders.
Yeah, imagine Big trying to take as much out of the half-time as they could, because just trying to get a good talking to, because technically they've only got 1 more ball.
1 left, yeah.
So ideally you don't want to be taking too long, but you need to make sure, because God B is currently top of the scoreboard for them. It's like I said, if your IGL is top of the scoreboard and nobody else is really backing them, chances are you are going to lose that game. So Major with P250 is so aggressive. They're actually hidden to the side, and they just swarm out. This feels like an anti-strat. Wow.
Yeah, they must have expected Smooth's peak there.
Because it was very alarmed, like 3, 2, 1 peak.
Yeah. It was a timed face on it. It's just a shame they didn't actually use it to their advantage to really get that first kill. And they have lost Antares as well.
Yeah, not a very ideal start for them. They do still have Major's grenades though, and his P250. The issue for them though is they still got God B at Banana and he's got a smoke, and he's playing at the top for contact. So unless they force him off of Banana, he'll be able to hold on to that and they'll have 4 players B. Oh, A, sorry. No matter what. This is a CT smoke. God B will not hear that coming until it's a bit too late. They're going to go straight through that smoke. The question is, can he get anything done with it? That's rough.
KaliX can get the first frag, takes down God B. The entire team will now just swarm in towards the bomb site. Response is there from Next, trying to tap down with a USP. Will get 1 kill, but the response is strong. And it's not looking too fantastic at all. 3 on 3. Major holds the flank with a P250. Can he get the cheeky headshot off? Of course. As he will be able to land that through the air as well. KaliX, he is gliding around, Ben. He's an acrobat.
I imagine the same thing will happen again. That's just a crouch peek. KaliX with a lovely pistol round, 4 kills. And I do like what they did there, because they, it felt like a counter-strat, or an anti-strat rather, from the peak that Smooey had. And then it just it makes you think potentially further that they even went for that B take, because they knew, okay, it'll probably be God B at the top. He'll have a CZ smoke, just go straight through it, he'll step there to fight you. Yeah. Should be able to get a 1-4 at the most, right?
It does go to show sort of what they could have been looking into, obviously, going into this matchup. And Space Soldiers are a team that are known for sort of that level of anti-stratting as well.
Big have actually bought into this. Ooh. They're one of the teams that I never saw buy into it in the world system.
And they didn't in any of the games we've seen as well.
I mean, it's not a good start. Made even worse.
Yeah, it's really starting to crumble down. The support beams are falling. That's Nex and Tabson gone. It's just God B, Smooya and Tizian that remain. 2 CZs and 1 MP9. Make that just 1 CZ and MP9 as God B is gone. No longer alive on the B site. Tizian going to rotate back around, try and go for the potential backstab here, but Paz has it. Headshot angle, easy frag.
They won every single aim fight here. The one at mid, the second kill, you've got to be thinking that they don't actually get the second one. But instead, they do, and it all fell apart very quickly. So it's so odd though that they actually decided to force, but I understand Inferno is quite a good map for it.
Yeah. Because
there's a lot of close angles you can get like a CZ and hold that push really quickly. But for them to not do it normally on all the other maps, I can't imagine they've had much practice in doing it. Oh, it's not even kill pass either. He's going to live to fight another day if his teammates cover him.
Oh, that's mental, Ben.
Down to 6
That was
HP.
like 4 grenades. That's
Lives to fight
crazy.
another day. He has 45 Kevlar as well. Probably not going to revive that though.
Just going to take it on the chin. Oh, he's binned his pistol.
It's actually hit the wall. So
It did.
I'm trying to think who. Technically, it was Nex with a grenade. I believe.
Yeah.
And probably Tizian.
So 3 grenades and not even really dealing 100 damage combined, really.
Yeah, it wasn't ideal. So they've just done the same thing that G2 did at the major. So G2, they used their Arch and their quad site player. They both used their Molotovs, HEs towards Banana. You then leave the 2 Banana players at the actual small site. And it means that they'll think that you've used all those grenades there. And they're little, like, they can't tell at all whether it was actually the B site players or the A site players.
Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah, so later on in the round, if Space was where to go towards that B site, it would be pretty hard to get into. But if they were to go to A, they might have a field day. And that looks to be the call. 2 Mach 10s going towards Apps by looks things. It's going to be an Apps burst. Tizian and Nex, the players, Balcony and Pit. Can they deal with this push is the question. Flash is going to come through. Fully blind Nex to the back of Pit. Saved by Tizian though. I mean, they're lucky that Tizian was able to stay on the balcony and not be spotted at all. Because right now, they need to win the fight still. Their teammates are miles away. This is really rough.
Tizian. Oh. Loses his face as he will go down to Cali X. God B with a double kill as well, and it's up to Major now on a 1-on-3. No chance. God B! Oh. He leaves next to him the downward dog as he kills him with a grenade.
I'm glad we're averaging a team kill a game.
I know, we've got a lot of team kills here.
It's quite a weird one. You normally don't see a team kill. Like, it's probably more like a 1 in 6 or something, maybe even more.
But these have been every game.
There's the AUG. So it was attacked by Space Soldiers, I imagine, just to talk about the buy, maybe? That's... You know, that didn't work because the players who jumped out went straight to Pit. None of them actually went out the balcony way. I imagine normally they have a player go straight out that way. Because if they kill Tizian, Nex will die as well, 100%. And that round completely changes. But I did see that Godby bought the AUG right before that time.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting one. So I'm interested to see what he does with that, because I believe he does play B.
But that means then more consistently he is buying the AUG. That's
by the looks of things.
Now come into his repertoire as a weapon he is actually going to be bringing out multiple times.
Because he had the Silence M4 last round.
Then again though, this is sort of the point I was trying to make with it. You know, my whole thought process was if you have the 30 bullet M4 being the AUG when you need it, silenced M4 when you want the silencer. Because in reality you kind of have both that way in a weird sort of, you know, solution for it.
That's a good nade. Oh, 41 damage on Smooth. Returns the nade. Doesn't really do much to the Major though. Godby's charging. Look at him. Oh, he's fully white. He should be dead.
Oh, he's giving everyone free hugs, Ben, but that's not what they want. They want kills. Zantares with a first.
Spotted him. Waiting for the flash. Flash comes through. Smooth is still not blind.
Peeking out.
Oh,
yeah, gets the double kill. Takes down Zantares and Engen. But they're all falling. And it is only Tabson that remains. And he's not looking like he's in a great position.
Timing. Oh, God. He's just charging straight through it as well. Kalix has just got to be staring at this. He knows his teammate isn't near him. What a weird round, though. If you think about, you know, Smoothie, he was able to live for so long at the sandbags. But it was long enough that Engen was able to get close to the sandbags and kill his teammate at CT.
Yeah.
It was just like, how? So bizarre. And you got to be thinking, if Godby doesn't get flashed there, he probably kills all of those players running straight through this round. The Force Blade does come back through from Big, though. Well, you know it's do or die. 14-6. It'd be a hard climb if you went 15-6. And Tabson took a lot of damage just to get that nade off. And Nex does the same.
Wow. Tabson and Nex both very low. In terms of utility, they do have 3 smokes left and 3 flashbangs as well.
Weird play.
Oh. I don't know what he wanted to do.
I don't know. I'm not so sure. His smoke's gone way out as well. Godby has to run through this and try and kill them, I think.
Gets a little tag off Ben, but that will probably be it. Just a small love tap. Galax as well, just going to go for the burst. 2 kills, looks for the third, going for the tap shots. Next might kill him, but this round is still as good as done. This will be match point achieved for Space Soldiers here. Paz tries to get the killing blow. We'll lower Tizian. Leaves him on 15 HP. We might be able to scurry away at the very least. Or do they expect it? Major does. That's another 3K for Major as well.
He's
we have a look at the
11.
There we go, yeah. Yes. Top fragging by far on the server.
Thing is, imagine the confidence when you win that 1v2.
Yeah.
You didn't expect to, right?
And then you go on to win even more.
You get 3K again, another 3K. How many multi-kill rounds is the big one, isn't it? 'Cause I imagine it's 5, 6 plus at least.
It feels like we've seen him at least get like
We've seen
2 or
3K
3 triples.
times.
Yeah.
And then the 1v2, that's 2. Essentially just giving this last round away big. They know this map is probably over.
Oh.
Antares. And Godbeat was so blind in that exchange. Tabson got a kill at mid, but ultimately you got to be thinking Kaliax does deal with these last 2 players in the back any second now. Peaks 1, gets the first, and should get the second one. Tizian very low. 16-6.
Wow. That was absolutely ridiculous. Space Soldiers. It seemed like a slow start, Ben, but it was a very, very strong mid-game and finish. Major waking up on that one round that I felt like he wasn't even trying to clutch it. He just went for the shot and then all of a sudden realized what he was left with. USP versus one player with 10 HP, and that was the turning point. Since then, they just dominated.
He was on the way out, wasn't he? It was a classic, I'll shoot,
and then
but I'm planning to run away. But then he was like, he turned around and went, I killed him.
Yeah.
Back. Go straight back in and...
Spam that USP, eventually got the kill.
Spam it fully. Pretty much like last 2 bullets to get the kill, and that turned the entire game apparently, which... It shows how crazy a game of this can be, though, that one round. If that round had gone the other way, we might see Big win that half, like 10-5 or something, in their favour.
It's true. I mean, the momentum change from that is just absolutely wild. And that's the round as well. Major gets that shot, you can see he's just like, all right, I'll go back.
And Next playing so scared because he is low, but Major was just like, I need to get the kill as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So bizarre.
Ridiculous stuff, but that is the end of that one. Space Soldiers overthrow Big. There is more to come. The second map will be up next. That is Dust 2. It's a better map for Big, but can they have a huge comeback? Find out on Dust 2 after the break.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, Vodafone, The Road to Odense, Betway, MSI, Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, Mountain Dew League, and ESEA.